Put all your money in one stock, or all your eggs in one basket, and that one stock tanks, well, then you lose more than everybody else, or even everybody else in that sector. And second, if you are diversified, then you don't have to be right every single time.
But the investment professionals think they're helping you by arranging a diversification. An idiot could diversify a portfolio.
Sure, some will do worse, and some will do better. But sector diversification is the routine, everyday advice we get for investing today. From the modern portfolio theory to robo-investing that most retirement accounts use that we have through our employers. And is there such a thing as over-diversification? Well, tap the like button and let's find out. According to the Global Industry Classification Standard, aka GICS, the index used to segment 24 industry groups, 69 different industries, and 158 sub-industries, and the tens of thousands of individual companies we might have access to through publicly traded markets, there are 11 different sectors. The sectors are energy, like Exxon and Kinder Morgan, materials, like mining companies, industrials, Boeing, FedEx, consumer discretionary, Starbucks and Amazon. By the way, who really thinks that Starbucks and Amazon are discretionary? They seem more like necessities to most of us. Consumer staples like Procter & Gamble, healthcare, think Johnson & Johnson, financials, JP Morgan or Wells Fargo, information technology, Microsoft, Intel, communication services like Netflix and AT&T, utilities like Duke Energy or Southern Company, and real estate, REITs, real estate investment trusts like my favorite, Simon Property Group.
The idea of diversification makes sense to a point. If you don't know what you're doing and you want the standard result and not be embarrassed, well, of course you can widely diversify. But the whole trick of the game is to have a few times when you know that something is better than average, and invest only where you have that extra knowledge.
But all that means is we're not diversified, we're diversified. And no, I did not make up that word. Even though it sounds like me, I did not make up that word. I promise you. And who is this curmudgeon named Charlie Munger, and why should we care? Charlie Munger is vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's longtime partner, and he's as old as dirt and as successful as Midas.
Diversification is a protection against ignorance. I mean, if you want to make sure that nothing bad happens to you relative to the market, you own everything. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that is a perfectly sound approach for somebody who does not feel they know how to analyze businesses.
Yeah, what he's saying is that much of what is taught in modern corporate finance courses is twaddle.
But three wonderful businesses is more than you need in this life to do very well. And the average person isn't going to run into that. I mean, if you look at how the fortunes were built in this country, they weren't built out of a portfolio of 50 companies. They were built by someone who identified with a wonderful business. Coca-Cola is a great example. A lot of fortunes have been built on that. And there aren't 50 Coca-Colas.
Now, I'm not a financial professional. This isn't financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. But the one thing that hiring a professional guarantees is that it will not get simpler.
You cannot believe this stuff. I mean, it's modern portfolio theory, and
it has no utility. I mean, it will tell you how to do average, but I think anybody can figure out how to do average in 5th grade. I mean, it's just not that difficult. And it's elaborate, and there's lots of little Greek letters and all kinds of things to make you feel that you're in the big leagues. But
this diversification thing can be overly complicated, and we can even pay people to make it even more complicated. So the alternative to that is asking, do I know what I own? Do I know if it's worth owning? And how much time am I willing to give it to pay me, to go to work for me? Because it's better to have money working for you than you just be working for money. Hey, and I hope this has helped you figure out not only where your money is, but maybe where there are gaping holes, Grand Canyon-sized holes in what you've got invested. And if you've benefited in any way, please tap the like button because it really helps. And while you're down there, how about subscribe and ring the notifications bell so you don't miss any episodes of The Do-Over Show every Monday and Friday. I'm glad you found me, and I found you. Thanks.
If you find 3 wonderful businesses in your life, you'll get very rich.